Hello, welcome back everyone. In this optional video, we're gonna look at how to use some pre-made spreadsheet template to do time value of money calculations. Let's get started. At the end of the textbook, in the appendix in chapter 5, there's also a step-by-step guideline to show you how to create your own template. And here's a template that I've created, and you can click on the link to try it out. Pause the video, click on the link in the Google slide to open up the template, and so that you can follow along as we enter the numbers and try out different examples. When you click on the link, it should take you to this template. Here you can, at the bottom, there are different pages. Each one does a different calculation. This template computes future value, this one computes present value, and so forth. Let's go back and look at our example, our first example for future value. Remember, we're looking at investment for $1,000 for 2 years at 10% per year. It's an example we've done a couple of times using the formula and also using the spreadsheet function. Now we're going to use a template. The answer we want is how much money will you have in 2 years with reinvested interest. So the time unit we have in here is years because interest is computed per year. And that means it is once per year. The interest rate was 10% and the time was 2 years. We don't have any payment. The present value was $1,000 and we don't have to specify the annuity. So the future value answer is $1,210, the same as what we have computed in the other two methods. Now enter this information into your own template and see if you get this answer. Now let's try how much would it be if you invested over 30 years? So the only thing you have to change is the number of years. Go ahead and make that change. With 30 years is $17,450. So this is how you can find the future value when you have reinvestment and compounding over a long period of time. Notice that this is the same answer that you see, or the same number value you saw at the beginning of the first video. Now let's take a look at another example. Future value calculations have a lot of applications. You can use it to compute any compound growth. One of such is inflation. We talk about that as an application for computing future value. Let's say right now I spend $40,000 per year and inflation is 3% per year. I'm planning for my retirement and I want to know that in 40 years, if I just want to maintain the same standard of living, how much would I need per year? So I need $40,000 in today's dollar. With inflation 3% per year, how much would that be in 40 years? Give this a try and put it into your template. Now let's take a look at another example. We had said earlier that we can use future value to evaluate other types of financial planning problems. In fact, you can use future value calculation for any compound growth problems. Let's say currently I spend $40,000 per year and inflation is going to be 3% per year. I'm planning for my retirement and I want to know how much will I need to spend per year in 40 years to maintain the same level or standard of living as today at $40,000 per year. So in other words, today's value is $40,000 and the rate of increase is the inflation rate of 3%. I want to know how much that will become in 40 years. Pause the video here and enter the value into your template. Welcome back. Is this what you have? So $40,000 is the amount today, so we enter that as present value. The rate is the rate of change. Inflation is 3%. We increase that value once per year and it's 40 years. So to maintain the same standard of living in 40 years, I'll need $130,000 $481 per year. So when I'm doing my retirement planning, I need to take into account, because I'm not planning to spend $40,000 in 40 years. I'm planning to spend $130,500 per year. Next, we're going to look at a present value example. This is a savings problem. Say your grandparents want to give you $3,000 3 years from now. They plan to deposit the money into a bank account today that pays 6% per year with monthly compounding. So this is a little bit tricky. The question is, how much do they need to deposit into the account today? Because the compounding is monthly, we need to change that time unit. So instead of 3 years, we have to convert that to months. So that's 36 months. And instead of 6% per year, it is 6% divided by 12, or 0.5% per month. So when we enter this into the template, we have the $3,000 is how much they want to give you at the end. So that's your future value. Is compounding frequency is 12 times per year. So the interest rate is 6% per year over 3 years. So notice that the template automatically make the changes for you. So if compounding frequency is 12 times per year, that converted the time to 36 months, and the interest rate get converted to 0.5% per month. Future value is $3,000, that is unchanged. So this template, when you enter the compounding frequency, the template automatically make the adjustment for you. Go ahead and pause the video and enter this value into your own template and give it a try. Here is a very simple example of interest rate. So you're looking at investment that will pay you $1,200 in 5 years. If you invest $100 today, what is the implied rate of interest? It's a hint to make sure that you put in the inflow outflow correctly. Since this is an investment assumption, we assume that we're going to put away $1,000. So we're going to make that negative. We're going to get back, so this is the inflow, we're going to get back $1,200 in 5 years. So using the template, we'll have minus $1,000 today. So today will be present value. And then the $1,200 is what you want to get back. So that's positive future value, and it's in 5 years. And this everything is done on a per year basis. So the compounding frequency is per year or once per year. And the implied interest rate is 3.71%. Next, let's look at a simple time horizon problem. Let's say you invested $15,000 in a mutual fund, and your goal is to have $20,000. So your present value, you have $15,000 today, and your future value, your goal is $20,000 sometime in the future. You're earning 10% per year. How long do you have to wait? Pause the video and enter the information into your template. Welcome back. Is this what you enter? Minus $15,000 as present value, $20,000 as future value, 10% compounding is done once per year, and you have to wait 3 years for you to have your vacation. Next, let's look at a more realistic example. Instead of putting aside a lot of money today and just wait for it to grow, more commonly we'll save money every month or every payroll period or every paycheck. And in this case, we assume that you can save $50 a month beginning in 1 month. And the interest rate is 9% per year. And it's based on monthly compounding. So how much will you have in the account in 35 years? Is that the time unit is important. So when you enter this into the template, the time unit will be month. And since it's month, that means it's 12 times per year. The interest rate was 9% per year. Notice that the template automatically converted into 0.75% per month. It's 35 years, and the template converted into 420 months. The annuity payment is $50 per month. Notice that the template already put this in for you. So it's $50 per month, and the present value is 0. You don't have any, and it's an ordinary annuity. So by putting $50 per month over 30 years, it will grow to $147,000. Next, we're going to look at an example of computing an annuity payment amount. This is a very common and realistic example. You want to borrow $20,000 to buy a car. The interest rate is 8% per year, with monthly payment. This is very common. You take out a 4-year loan. So what is your monthly payment? There's some information in here that is not spelled out, but just is common knowledge, meaning that car payments are an ordinary annuity. You may even see a commercial that says sign and drive, meaning that when you sign a car loan, you don't have to make payment right away. That's because the first payment comes due at the end of the month. There is 0 future value. That means you fully pay off the loan at the end of the 4 years. So when you go to the template, you want to choose the right one. We are computing payment, so we'll choose this tab. And pause the video and enter the information and come back and we'll check. Welcome back. Did you put in month as a time unit and compounding frequency is 12? Fantastic. And the rest of the information is relatively straightforward. The monthly payment for a $20,000 loan is $488 per month. As we mentioned before, annuity payment is a very common personal financial planning problem. So let's look at another example. Take a minute to read the problem and then think about where would all the numbers go. So you want to have $1 million in 30 years. So the $1 million will be your goal in the future. So that should be your future value. 30 years is the time unit. That's pretty straightforward. You currently have $15,000. That means this is your present value. And assume you can earn 10% per year. And you're going to put money away every month. How much do you need to save? The most important part in here is to figure out which one should you put in as inflow and which one should you put in as outflow. So money that is going into the account will make that an outflow, and money that's coming back to us will be an inflow. So that means the $1 million is going to be an inflow. The $15,000 that you already have, that is an outflow. Take a minute to think about it. This is money you're putting into the account. Just like each month, you're going to put additional money into the account. So all the money that's going into your account is an outflow. Since we are saving money every month, the time unit is month, or 12 times per year. The interest rate is given is 10%, 10% per year. The template will convert that into the per month interest rate. Your time horizon is 30 years. Again, the template will convert that into 360 months. The $15,000 that you already have, you're going to put away. That's an outflow. You want to get back $1 million. So in addition to the $15,000 that you put away today, you need to put aside an additional $310.75 each month to reach your goal of $1 million in 30 years. Next, we're going to try to figure out how long it will take for us to pay off a credit card. This is similar to a problem that you've seen before. So in the template, we're going to use time. So time is ampere. So we're going to use this template. The $2,000 balance is what you owe today. So the $2,000 is present value. The interest rate is 24% per year. And you plan to make the $50 minimum payment per month. So this is an outflow, so you're putting away $50 per month. Since you're making monthly payment, the time unit is month, 12 times per year. Interest rate is 24%. You're making $50 per month. The present value is $2,000. You'll take a very, very long time to pay off this credit card. Our last example is to compute the interest rate. So you were given an offer of $10,000 loan to buy a car. You agree to pay $207.58, and the loan is for 5 years. What is your monthly interest rate? The $10,000 is today. That will be your present value. The $207 is monthly, so that's the annuity, and we'll make this an outflow, so that is minus. So this is money going out. The template that we'll be using is the interest rate template, so we'll use the rate. We'll compute rate template. Pause and fill in the information. Welcome back. Did you put everything in the right place? So month, 12 times per year, 5 years, so 60 months. $208 per month, $10,000 is your present value. The interest rate is 0.75% per month. If you multiply that by 12, again, the template will do that for you, is 9% per year. There are a lot more examples in the textbook. Feel free to use the template to try it out or enter it into your own spreadsheet. This concludes chapter 5. I'll see you back here in the next chapter. See you soon.